Let me show you which iPhone Pro Max 14 case you should get. We're going to be focusing on the clear cases. I bought the top 8 cases currently most popular on Amazon, including the Caseology, the Apple, the Spigen, the Otterbox, the Mkeke, and the Simtect. So we're going to be showing you all of these, and they all are a little bit different, but they also have a lot of similar characteristics. It comes down to which case is going to stay clear, which case is the most grippy, and which case is going to best protect your investment, which is going to be that iPhone Pro Max 14. And we're going to be testing it with a brand new iPhone Pro Max 14, not to be confused with the 13. Because remember, the 14 has a little bigger camera bump, which is going to affect how these cases fit. So make sure you get one directly for the 14. So this is the Apple Clear case. Now the Apple Clear case is one of the lightest of the group. At weighing just about 33 grams, we weighed them all, and it has a very simple design. There's no magic cushion, there's no military grade testing here, but it is definitely from Apple, and it looks really good, and it is extremely slim. So if you want to celebrate the design of your iPhone, this is one of the best ways to do it. It comes with a big cutout on the bottom, unlike any of the other cases that we tested, and it is definitely the lowest profile of the group. Now, it's easy to put on and off, so you won't have any difficulty removing it or placing it. Now, the biggest issue we had is that the most slippery of the group. So when it's in your hand, you do find that it's slippery than the others. When I took it out of my jean pocket, I also found that it's slippery enough that I had to make sure that I had a solid grip on it. Otherwise, it could just slide out of my hand. Also, it is one of the least affordable in our group, so the value is relatively low compared to its peers. Doesn't make it a bad choice, especially if you want an Apple product. On the other side of the protection spectrum is the Otterbox Symmetry Plus. This has 3x tested military grade, and it is going to be very easy to put on, but hard to take off. That's what I learned. It's antimicrobial, it has a polycarbonate shell, and it has been upgraded from the previous iPhone Pro Max 13 case. The entire bumper, top, bottom, left, right, is all grippy, so that makes it very easy to hold in your hand. Now, the bumper is frosty, so it's not going to be crystal clear. That's going to be different from even the Apple case, and the camera bump is thicker for more protection. When we weighed our case, it came in at 41 grams, but they list the Symmetry weighing at 45 grams, and it is affordable, but not very affordable. But for the features you get out of all the clear cases, this is probably the most protective of the group. Now let's take a look at the Simtect Clear MagSafe case and the non-MagSafe case. We got the non-MagSafe case in a different color instead of clear, but let's take a look at them. The Simtects are both going to be weighing at about 39 grams, so they're relatively light, and the Simtects have a slightly blue hue. So it's not going to be as crystal as some of the other cases that are crystal clear. However, a slightly blue hue is going to be more resistant to yellowing than its peers. So that's one reason to make sure that if you see a crystal clear case, you want a little bit of blue hue, just because it's going to be more or less prone to yellowing. The volume button and the power button both have a grippy material on them that is grippier than the bumpers, and this has a very grippy overall feel to it. The difference I find is that the clear is more grippy than the colored. The colored is definitely less grippy than the clear. On the value spectrum, it is a good value because it is relatively low cost and it does provide a medium amount of protection. So it's not going to have the same protection as definitely the Otterbox, but it is going to be about the same as the Apple case, except you have a bottom that is going to be close other than open. The same goes for the Caseology. We have the Caseology Capella and the Caseology Nano Pop. The Capella weighs in at just about 37 grams, while the Nano Pop weighs in about 44. The Nano Pop is made out of silicone. This is a blue silicone. And they do this because they like the two-tone color pop. That's why it's called Nano Pop. Material is slightly slippery. Even though it's silicone, it is very flexible. It's not as grippy as is the clear case, which is, again, interesting because we find that the clear cases are very, very grippy compared to its peers. This is a TPU plus polycarbonate layered case, so that means it's going to be made specifically for grip. It is military grade, and it is crystal clear. This is one of the most clear of all the cases. We also find that on the relative value, this is a good value as well because it has that military grade protection with the airspace tech combined with a medium to low cost value. We also have two more cases from Spigen, which is the sister company of Caseology. Spigen has the Ultra and the Hybrid S. The Hybrid S is not going to be MagSafe, but both are very unique in their own way. The Ultra comes in weighing at about 40 grams, and we find that the Ultra is a very solid case. It is more crystal clear color. It's just similar like the Caseology. The material is grippy. There's no grips like a grip on the buttons. However, we found that all the buttons are relatively easy to press, and they do stay in your hand very well. It has small internal shock pads inside that make it military grade protection via that air cushion tech, which is basically small internal shock pads. And it is made from a blend of polycarbonate and thermoplastic polyurethane, which provides it that kind of protection shell that you find also gives you a good value because it's relatively low price. So I like it. It is infused with the blue resin, so that blue resin is going to let it stay clear longer. And if you look at this version, which is going to be on the Hybrid S, it's not going to have MagSafe, but that Hybrid S is going to allow it to stand up on its own. And this is just me showing you what it looks like at the zoo. The giraffes are into it. I'm into it. I think this is a really good value, especially the one that stands up on its own. I wish I got the one with the MagSafe plus the stand, but we got them separately. And finally, we got the Mkeke Case. This is kind of like a dark horse. It really surprised me because it came in weighing in at about 35 grams. It has protruding bumpers, and those bumpers allow it that if you ever drop it on its side, it's going to bounce, and that makes it more drop resistant, especially since you see some of these bigger brands featuring the same thing and having fancy names for it. But here, you're getting this at a tremendous value because it's probably the lowest cost of any of our cases here. It is crystal clear. The material is grippy. The camera case is light, and we found that it works very well. So then what is our overall verdict? Well, I think it comes down to what you're looking for. If you're looking for the most protection, especially in this affordable clear case range, I think the Otterbox Symmetry Plus is the best protection of the group. It is the most grippiest. It has the higher weight. It is 3x military grade. It's antimicrobial. Just all in all, it is a very solid choice. If you're looking for all around, we feel the Caseology Capella is going to be that all around package because it is still similar, very similar to the Spigen and Caseologies, but it is crystal clear. It is military grade. It comes with the TPU plus polycarbonate layer, and it is just really good looking on your phone. Now, finally, if you're looking for the dark horse, that if you are on a very low budget and you're like, hey, I just want the best case, but I don't want to spend a lot of money, well, I think the Mkeke, because those protruding bumpers are going to protect it when you drop it on the floor, it's still all of them are going to suffer from the same thing, which is there's no screen protection here. So you combine the Mkeke with the screen protector, and that should be a lot of protection for the lowest cost. So thanks for watching, everybody. Let's see which one you choose for yourself. This is Dave with the French Glow signing off. Bye.